파타 어서오세요. 뭐라는지 모르겠네.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
파타 어서오세요. 어디 난민이시지?
I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
(417로) 가란 소린가? 아니요, 이문은 맞아. 써있는 거 이문 맞는데 갑자기 417번으로 가래.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
문 닫혔잖아 이 사람은. 아이, 이걸 거야. (10) (11) (12) (13) (14) (15) (16) (17) (18) (19) (20) 창고 개그 봤어요. 왜 청소실 그거 봤죠? 아니, 야 437번이면 저기 뒤잖아. 아, 이 사람이.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
아니, 뒤로 가야 되는 거 아니에요? 437번이면 원래 있던 곳이잖아.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
이따 다시 해봐야지.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in some... Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below.
아이,
You know what?
갑보기님
Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom
1000만 원
floor. I
감사.
bet you can make it.
청개구리 같은 1000만원 감사합니다. 아니, 다시 올 거야.
Come on.
어쨌든
I'm sure you'll
1000만 원
survive the
감사.
jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
안 가요, 안 가. 갑자기 왜? 어쨌든 1000만원 감사합니다. 갑보기. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. 밀코스 데스. 뚜이.
Whoops.
I-
Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me. The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
437이랬지 아까. 안 되는데. 이 아저씨가 나가지고 그냥 장난친 거야.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
그럼 문이 닫혀. 다시 못 와요.
Clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20
안 해, 안 해.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
가면? 안 다치네.
I have to say I'm
아,
still
안 해,
not
안 해,
feeling
안
the
해.
satisfaction of witnessing
안 해, 이놈식이야.
for a
안
noble
해.
cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
안 해.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct
파타.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley
하고
knew
있는데 저도
perfectly
모르겠어요.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
나레이션
first,
개그가
just to
좀
admire it.
재미있는데?
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
컨퓨전 엔딩
Stanley
이거
was so bad
해보고
at following
나
directions,
어떻게 시작하는지도
literally
까먹었어.
wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
그러니까
else
저기로도
can
갈
be
수가 있네.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
잠깐
There's
저기로도
someone
갈
you've
수
been
있잖아.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you,
못 가고.
to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now
아,
listen
뭐야.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
말 한번 들어보자 이번.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
아니야, 난 계속 돌래. 무서워. 아 몰라, 가보자.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
뭐야?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel
우와. 떨어지면 죽나? 못 떨어진다.
No, wait.
왜
Where are you
가지마
going?
가지마.
Right. Where were we?
어쨌든 파타 어서오세요. 엔딩을 하나하나 찾아가면서 네 엔딩이 여러 개라. 가지마. 예 맞아요. 놀랍게도 모든 행동에 다 나레이션이 있어. 아이 갈래. 별거 없잖아.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
가지 말아야 되니? 갈래. 죽긴 누가 죽어. 좀 무섭다. 이 게임이 무섭진 않은데 막 그렇게 깜놀하거나 그런
Please,
요소는
no,
없는데.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
야 잠깐. 몰라.
No!
안 죽었는데?
Thank God, you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
안 죽어. 안 죽을 거야. 해봐.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
돌아갈까? 아니야. 안 가.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
다시
meeting
가자.
room.
다시
Perhaps
가보자.
he had simply missed a memo.
다시 가서 한 3번만 떨어져 보고 다시 해봅시다.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
별거
by the
없어요.
employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version
대사가
and a
바뀌었어.
much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable.
파란 문도
He
가봐야죠.
started to bleed a little. This made him smile.
왜
At last,
피를 흘려?
proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
저건 그럼 빨간 문 가서 다시
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
뭐야?
It's incredible he
3번
wasn't
떨어진
fired
다음에
years
가도
ago.
뭐 없어요? 다시 돌아가도
Look,
그냥
Stanley, I
무조건
think
죽어야 돼.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
딱히
all
없군요.
this time.
그냥 갈래?
There's someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
아니요,
Why,
그냥
I don't know how
다
to
보고
convince
있어요,
you of
엔딩을.
this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
네 맞아요. 그 전화 안 받는 거
Let me prove
그것도
that I'm
해보려고.
on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
노노 파란 문.
Aha,
Oh.
perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
파란 문 또 있네.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
만점 드리겠습니다. 만점.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Stanley Parable 월드와이드 리더보드. 진짜야? 아, 이거 진짜 아니겠지. 가짜네. 그냥 만든 거네. Why not ask some friends for help? Friends is empty. 쉬불. 사실을 그렇게 말하지 말라고. 아기 구한 것도 있어요? 다시 가보죠.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
뭐냐?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he
이게
reaches the
그거구나.
fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4
야,
hours
4시간
a day
하라고?
to make sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
아이가 타고 있어요. 김나선 개입했네. 1000만원 감사합니다. 태워줘. 자, 유튜브 링크로 대체하겠습니다. 잘 가라.
You heartless
냉혈한.
bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
냉혈한 놈이라니. 어? 진짜 마인크래프트네.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic
점프 안
purpose.
돼요.
Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off...
들어가라고 할 거 아니야.
Yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself...
안 가요, 안 가. 저 옛날에 그 집 많이 했는데 밑에 땅 완전 파놓고 친구 보고 들어오라고 한 다음에.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild
예,
it out of diamond.
그 게임 연장이에요.
Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
네, 올라가지 못하잖아.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
심지어 몹 소리도 났어. 아까 거미 소리. 포탈이야?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
에피처 사이언스. 아, 점프도 안 돼 근데. 아 그래요?
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world.
아 진짜 짜증난다.
And then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
그러네. 자, 즐거웠다 인생아. 썩 나쁘지 않은 인생이었다. 으악. 어. 으악. 또 딴 게임이야 혹시? 네, 아까 미완성 공간이 맞나봐요. 그냥 게임 나가는 소린가? 다시 돌아왔어. 미완성 공간. 예전 그건가? 그러니까 약간 무섭긴 하네요.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
기다리면 되나? 아나 이런 씨. 아오.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
재밌다.
Perhaps he had
그냥
saved his
재밌어.
memo.
엔딩 여러 개 찾아보는 것만으로도 재밌네.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
그래.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
타타.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
어서 와.
And here it was, the lounge.
또 대사가
What a
바뀌었어.
room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room.
What a room.
What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
근데
open door
엔딩이
on
막
his left.
여러 가지 있어서 재밌네. 그냥 저 나레이션 반응 보는 게 진짜
Stanley was so
재밌어.
bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
저긴 다 같잖아.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
여기서 낙사해보고 싶기도 하네.
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
빨간 문은
I'm
아까
not asking for
가봤고요.
me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
안 받아요.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
안 받으면 뭐 있다고
If you
합니다.
can truly
15초 동안 안
place
받으면
your
뭐
faith
되는데.
in another, then pick up the phone.
아, 전화선을 뽑으라고?
As
되네.
Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just